Hello everyone, Dusty Flaker here, and today it's a pretty exciting game. A brand new, very popular free-to-play game has just launched on Mac. So Wuthering Waves now has a Mac port, and we're going to be testing it on the M4 Mac Mini and the M1 MacBook Air. So let's get started. Real quick, I just wanted to pop out and say this game is split into three presets on Mac. We've got the prioritized performance, balanced, and then the quality mode. So for the M4 Mac Mini, I'll be using the quality mode, and for the M1 MacBook Air we test, I will be using the balanced mode. Enjoy the video. Alright, we're actually in game. We're getting 60 FPS, but let's check out these settings to see what we're dealing with here. So it is using Metal FX, which is very cool, but it's not letting us, from what I can tell, it's not letting us change what type of Metal FX we're using, which is pretty disappointing. We'll see. So at like the highest settings I believe we're running at 1440p 90 FPS, which is really impressive. I was not expecting it to run like this, which means when we eventually test the M1 MacBook Air, I think we're going to be able to reach 60 FPS. So I'll probably just get through this bit and then we'll swap to the M1. So it actually doesn't seem like Metal FX is helping that much because I just turned it off and we're still getting 120 FPS. I think that's the limit this game can run at if we go back. See, Metal FX is off and we're still reaching 120. So I honestly don't think we need to use Metal FX on this Mac, but this game is not hard to run, to be fair. It does look a bit blurry, which is strange given we're supposedly running the game at 1440p. And I don't think it's low resolution, but something's up. Definitely looks a little bit blurry. At all the way max graphics on the M4, we're getting around 100 FPS, 90 to 5. Not going below 90, which is actually really impressive for like a baseline machine. But we're going to test the M1 Mac after we've gone through this, the M1 MacBook Air. So this game seems pretty fun. The controls are a bit confusing, but I'm sure I'll get the hang of it. Feels pretty fun. Switch into the character to perform a skill. So we've got like combo attacks. Alright, so when the character lights up we get combo attacks. And we can dodge. We're just stun locking, and here's an ultimate. This dude's level 1. So I don't know if this game is challenging or what, but controller support works, mouse and keyboard support works. It's pretty awesome port so far. Keep in mind my capture card can only record in 30 FPS, but we'll finish this part and then we'll switch to the M1 MacBook Air because that'll be a bit more interesting of a video. So I think that might be like the hub area, but I don't know if this game is open world or what. We'll see. I actually barely know anything about this game, to be fair. I wish we could skip the dialogue. I'm not a big gacha guy. The only gacha games I play is Genshin Impact occasionally, and then My Hero Ultra Rumble. Although it's always great to have a big game like this, such a big community, and let alone it's free, and on Mac, so that's pretty awesome. Alright, so we have a glider. Let's switch to the M1 MacBook Air. So you could see that the M4 Mac Mini runs the game with absolutely no problem, but now let's try on the M1 Air. Alright, so now we are on the M1 MacBook Air and we can already kind of see a degrade in the quality of the game. So if we go to settings, let's see what they set the default to. 1080p, Metal FX, frame rate is capped, which I don't like. VSync we definitely want on because there was lots of tearing. Otherwise, they've set most to low, and I'll just keep it what they recommended. We can see that it's reaching 60 FPS, which is pretty impressive. So the tearing stopped now that we've set the VSync on, which is good. I don't know why that was off by default. That's never a good idea. Alright, so now we're in gameplay on the M1 Mac Air, and it actually looks pretty good. I will say that, and it's running at 60 FPS. Again, the capture card, I only have one that records in 30 FPS, but it is staying at... Oh, I dodged. It's running at perfectly 60 FPS. We can see at the top right there. So I guess we're in a boss fight, so this is a pretty good indicator of how it will perform. So this is the, I believe they put the ultra performance preset on, which doesn't look the greatest. We could try set it to quality and see if it can hold. It automatically set the frame rate to cap at 40. We're not reaching that. Well, now we are. So we actually can up the graphics, but I wouldn't do that just because there's going to be thermal throttling on a MacBook Air. So I'd probably keep it at either balanced or performance. And I'd definitely keep Malefic's on if you're on the M1 Air. So this is what quality looks like. Let's change to, where is that? What's the other one? The next one, balanced. I think this is going to be the one that most people should play on. I gotta say, the combat is a lot more fun than Genshin's. Genshin's feels a bit repetitive sometimes. See, we got a counter attack, there's parrying, which I think is pretty cool. Unfortunately, Genshin doesn't really have any of this. It's running really great, which is pretty impressive, and this is at 1080p as well. This boss fight isn't really challenging. It is the opening scene though, so I wouldn't want it to be challenging. But you can see there's parrying, which is a really fun mechanic, and dodging. I'm really glad to say that this is performing well. I did not think it was going to perform that well. Just going to skip most of this dialogue. Kind of just want to see if it's open world or not. Alright, and we're in. It is open world, but as you can see when we're walking around the open world, we're getting around 50 FPS, which is definitely acceptable on an M1 Air. I'm not sure if it's thermal throttling. It doesn't feel very hot, so I doubt it yet. But it looks really good on the M1 MacBook Air screen. And I definitely consider this playable. Not even playable, very enjoyable experience. It scales well on any Mac. Like, you're going to get an even better experience if you have a newer Mac. But if you only have this Mac, it doesn't even matter. Let's try attack these people in the open world. I don't know if this area is demanding. I'm not into this type of game, so we'll see. But maybe if this video does well, I'll do more videos on it. So in the open world, we're getting around 50 to 60 FPS. It's kind of fluctuates a lot, and I'm not sure if we're thermal throttling yet. This is the M1 Air that we're on now, and it's basically running pretty impressively. Like you can see, this is a pretty lush environment. I don't know if it's demanding or what, but it is running pretty acceptable. 50 FPS in combat, and you can lower this. This is at the balanced preset, which is what I'd recommend most people play on. Performance kind of looks pretty bad, to be honest with you. If you're on an M4 or something, I'd go with quality 100%. But this is like an overworld mini boss fight, I'm guessing. And the game looks very nice as well. So overall, we can see this is actually a really great port, and it kind of scales well to any machine you want to play it on. Whether it's the M1 Air or an M4 Mac Mini, or even an M4 Max. I'm sure you could play this game at 4K easily. But overall, this is a really great port. I really enjoy this, especially because of how well it scales. Like, I'm on an M1 MacBook Air at the moment, and this is what most people watching probably have. So it runs really well. So I 100% would play this if you've got a Mac, or at least try it, because there's no point in not trying. It's literally free, and you get a bunch of rewards. And it's just so cool to see such a big game on Mac arrive. And the game is a really big community. What's this? Trial heritage. So we're getting some good stuff. So a bunch of this UI stuff is blocked out, but we can see the environments are pretty nice. Can we swim in this game? I think we should be able to. Yes, we can. The music is good in this game. I don't know what's not to like about this game other than that, of course, the gacha system. I'm not sure if I'll play this, but it is great as here. And look at the environments. So we can see on the MacBook Air M1 base model, the game is going to hit around 40 to 60 FPS at 1080p on the balanced preset. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.